Good morning, students. Today, our topic is vouching. Now, what is the meaning of vouching? Vouching is the process of verification of recorded transactions with documentary evidence. It concerned with examining the documentary evidence to ascertain the authenticity of entries made in the books of accounts. In other words, the vouching is a technique used by the auditor to judge the truth of entries appearing in the books of accounts. Now, definition. Dixie defined the vouching as vouching is an act of comparing entries in the books of accounts with the documentary evidence in support thereof. Vouching is a technique used by the auditor to verify the authenticity and authority of transaction recorded in the books, and on the basis of which he submits a report indicating that accounts are correct, free from errors or frauds, and complete. Now, the objectives of vouching. First one, prevention of errors and frauds. To verify that no fraud or error has been committed while recording the transaction in the books of accounts, the vouching is necessary. Next, to recognize the truth of accounts. Each and every transaction is verified with documentary evidence. Hence, the recorded transaction recognizes the truth of account. Next, to find unrecorded transactions. It is easy to detect all the transactions are recorded or not. Vouching helps to find out the unrecorded or missing transactions. Next objective, to know that all the transactions are authorized. The technique of vouching authorizes the authenticity of a recorded transaction. Next objective, to know that only business transactions are recorded. As per entity concept, the business related transactions only recorded in the books of accounts. Personal transactions are not to be recorded. Vouching verifies whether the transaction is personal or business related. Now, the importance of vouching. First one, essence of auditing. Vouching is an essential for the audit job. Next, check the arithmetic accuracy. Auditor verify the arithmetic accuracy of the accounting with the help of voucher. The amount stated in voucher should be the same in number and figures. Next, it examines the authenticity. Vouching verifies the authenticity of the voucher. The voucher must be issued by proper authority. Next, detecting and prevention of errors and frauds. The technique of vouching helpful in detecting and prevention of errors and frauds. Next, vouching includes accounting process. Vouching includes routine checking of carry forwards, postings into ledger, balancing of accounts, etc. Next advantage, vouching by test check. When the vouchers are properly checked, it facilitates the test checking by the auditor. Now, let us discuss about the points to be noted by the auditor while examining the voucher. Every voucher should carry certain essential features. First one is the serial number. Every voucher should be serially numbered. Next, date. The auditor should verify the date of the voucher. It should be related to the accounting period. Then signature. Voucher must be signed by proper authority who issued the voucher. Next, amount in figure and words. The amount stated in voucher should tally with figures and in words. Next, name. The voucher should be issued on the name of the company. The voucher which shows the personal names are not to be considered. Next, certification. The auditor must satisfy himself to certify the voucher. Next, payment, mode of payment. The auditor must verify the mode of payment, whether it is paid in cash or paid in check, paid through check. Next, stamp. The voucher which exceed the amount 5,000 should be properly stamped. Next, nature of business. The auditor should verify the voucher whether it is related the business or not. Next, last one, checked. After verification of the voucher, the auditor must cancel the voucher with the help of rubber stamp or with initial. Now, next topic is vouching of cash transactions. The auditor should inquire about internal check system followed in the concern. He has to verify the procedure or the sequence of recording the transactions. First, let us examine the cash receipt transactions. Cash received should be recorded first in a rough cash book, and the auditor should verify whether cash is received through a printed receipt with a counterfoil should be issued or not. Next, the cash receipts should be serially numbered. Next, all the receipts of cash has to be deposited in the same day or the morning of next day into bank. Next, for small transactions, a petty cashier should be appointed and he is assigned to record the petty transactions. Next, bank reconciliation statement. The auditor should verify the bank reconciliation statement for the imbalances between cash book balance and passbook balance. Next, as far as possible, receipts and payments must be done through check or online transactions. The cash book should be totaled by independent persons and verify the accuracy. Now, our next topic is vouching of debit side of cash book. On the receipt side of cash book, generally the following items may appear: opening balance, cash sales, receipts from debtors, bills receivable, sales of investment, sale of fixed assets, income from interest and discount, rent received, etc. The opening balance must be verified with the audited balance sheet of last year. Next, the cash sales. Cash sales are to be verified with the carbon copy of this sales bill book. Next, receipts from debtors. Only evidence in this case is a counterfoil of receipts issued to the debtor. The cash received should be verified with the counterfoil. There is a possibility for teaming and lading. Here, teaming and lading is one type of fraud committed by the cashier. The cash received from one person is recorded later date but not on the same day. For example, cash received from A, there is no entry is made on the date. The cash received from B is recorded in the A account. Similarly, cash received from C is recorded in B account. In this way, he commit fraud in recording the transactions. Auditor should concentrate on this type of frauds. Next, bills receivable. Cash received on bills receivable should be verified with bills receivable book. Next, sale of investments. Cash received on account of sale of investment should be verified with the broker's sold note, and the profit or loss on account of sale of investment should be treated as a capital receipt. Next, sale of fixed assets. Cash received on account of fixed assets can be vouched with correspondence with the auctioneers and sale agreement. The profit or loss on sale of assets should be treated as a capital receipt. Next, income from interest and discount. Now, interest received on fixed deposits should be verified with the bank passbook. The dividend received with the dividend warranty issued by the company. Next one, cash received on account of rent. Rent received should be verified with the rent agreement. In this way, we watch the debit side of cash book. Now let us know the credit side of cash book is a payment side. Generally, credit side of cash book, the payment items are cash purchases, payment to creditors, bills payable, wages payment, payment of salaries, purchases of investment, rent paid, loans, interest on loans, etc. First, cash purchases. Cash purchases should be verified with cash memos and goods inward book. If the trade discount is allowed, only net amount should be recorded in the books of accounts. Next, payment to creditors. It should be examined with the receipt issued by the creditor. The auditor also should examine whether discount is received on payment of the credit. In such a case, net amount should be recorded. Next, bills payable. The amount paid on account of bills payable should be verified with bills payable book. If the payment is made through bank, the bank statement or passbook should be examined whether the payment is made or not. Next, wages. Wages paid and calculated for various months should be compared, and the auditor should see the proper records maintained for wage payment. A special attention should be given to the payments made to casual workers. Next, payment of salaries. The auditor should check the salary register with entries made in the cash book. Next, purchases investments. The auditor should compare the investment purchased with the broker's bought note. Next, rent paid. The auditor should verify the payment of rent from the agreement. The rent voucher should be supported by rent receipt from the landlord. Next, loans payment. The auditor should be that the loan voucher should be supported with the receipt given by the party. Next, interest on loan. The auditor should verify the rate of interest and amount, calculation and mode of payment. Okay, this is the procedure of vouching on credit side of cash book, that is the payment side. Now, with this we complete the chapter vouching. Thank you.